Listen, we're here. It's Black History Month. I have my Black History Month sweatshirt on, and we're going to talk about books that I want to read during Black History Month. What up, Search fam? Sade here. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Sade. I'm out here curating and co-creating a cool ass life and telling you about books you should be reading during Black History Month, or rather the ones that I'm planning on reading for Black History Month. Now, whether this is your first time coming across my little corner of the internet, or you keep coming back and you haven't joined my internet family yet, might I suggest you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're made aware every time I post, which is usually on the weekends, because I am a college professor. Usually during February and October, I attempt to read all Black authors during those months, because Black History Month and then October is Hoodoo Heritage Month. So I try to read Hoodoo related books. So they're going to be by Black people. I try. I do my best. So I want to talk about with you things that I'm planning on reading over the very brief month of February. Will I get to and finish them all? Well, child, we know that I cannot be trusted. But without further ado, I am also going to be doing mostly physical books, hopefully, because like I told y'all with my 2026 reading goals, I'm trying to read what I got at home, child, or, you know, maybe go to the library. Neither here nor there. Anyway. Ooh, here's the stack. Okay. I'm excited, actually. I put these up yesterday. There are a few more. I don't know if I'm gonna get to them. They've been sitting on my end table for a little bit. But I told you all that I am doing some research on James Baldwin, because I write about Baldwin from time to time. And so first I will be finishing, and by the time this goes up, I might have actually finished it, but I've been reading Begin Again by Glaude, and this is talking about James Baldwin's thoughts and writings on America and democracy and justice and all of the things, and being Black in the midst of that. And so Glaude is reading Baldwin alongside his own thoughts with the current administration we have, and sort of he's writing this at the point of the first Trump administration. And so I've been reading this and really getting a lot out of it, not so much for my Baldwin research, but just my thinking in general. So I will be finishing this one. I also will be reading Just Above My Head, which is James Baldwin's last novel before he died. I think he published it I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years before he passed. Let me see, 1978. So the copyright on this is 1978. And I'm looking forward to reading this. This is about the mourning of a brother of a jazz singer who I think was living in France, in Paris. And so it has a lot to do with relationships. It has some to do with our sexuality and things like that. So I'm reading this rereading for the article that I'm writing. I've had this on my bookshelf for a while. Y'all know I do indie books and all the things. So I'm going to try to get to May the Divine Awaken, which I bought years ago, right, to support the author. And I got this on a recommendation from Michael LeBourne, who I was following on TikTok at the time. And so I did get a copy of this. I don't remember what it's about, so I'm going to read you the back. Since their inception, the Divines have been responsible for protecting 8 sacred keys that, if combined, will unseal a forbidden relic of omnipotent power known as the Book of Pure. Desperate to claim the Book's power, the king of Ifa devises a sinister plan to eliminate the Divines and obtain the 8 keys. Caught in the middle is Marcus Azur, a young Ifa soldier born with blemished skin marks that leave him ostracized by his people. When assassins attack his village, Marcus vows to prove himself by destroying those responsible. Seeking revenge, Marcus encounters Sinclair Bonet, a disgraced queen who reveals to him that his skin blemishes are a sign of great potential. She offers to awaken Marcus's power, but doing so comes at a grave consequence that will force Marcus to decide whether to betray his people or advance his king's mission. Unfortunately, the final decision may not rest in his hands. I heard it was excellent. I might get to this month. I am doing a personal curriculum short course on short story writing. And so in lieu of that, I am going to reread Bloodchild and Other Stories by Octavia Butler. And I'm reading it not just for the short stories, some of which who have gotten Hugo and Nebula awards, but for the end reflections, the afterwards that Butler does in Bloodchild, I always find really interesting and generative and helpful. So I'm reading this for that. Also, my students are reading the Book of Martha for class, so I have to pick that one up. Probably will have already picked it up by the time this goes up. I started Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Marie Brown, and this too has been on my bookshelf for a long time. She thinks through community building and world building and justice work through the lens of Octavia Butler's writings. So, of course, we know I'm a Butler stan, and I've been thinking through a lot about mutual aid, community building, and like. So I started this, and I'm excited to let it get my brain going about how I can be more involved in look at science fiction, look at Octavia Butler's over for the work that I'm doing in the real deal lifetime. My friend Jackie has been talking about reading. She asked me to recommend to her more nonfiction books, preferably by women and writers of color, and because I frequently read those things. And so I suggested Toni Morrison's The Source of Self-Regard, which has also been on my bookshelf for a while. I've read parts of it. I haven't read it beginning to end, but I do want to pick it up again and try to give it another go. But my friend was like, oh, we can read it together because maybe that'll help me because, you know, the big brain books take a little bit longer, et cetera, and whatnot. And I said, absolutely, you got it, bud. So we will be picking up The Source of Self-Regard together, and I'll be partner reading it with my friend. Y'all know I've been talking about this for over a year. I was so excited when the book dropped, and I had not picked it up to read it, but I'm finally going to try to finish up A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney, which is Nightmareverse, Dark Alice in Wonderland retelling YA. It's fantastic. I really want to read the whole series over, but I'm not going to do it before I read the third book. I'm just going to go on and read the third book because what am I waiting for? I also am going to pick back up I, Madusa by Ayana Gray, which is a new adult or YA retelling of Madusa. I picked it up. I read probably like the first 100-ish pages while I was home visiting my mother for the holidays. And it's good. It's not that it's not good. I was just getting irritated because sometimes I get irritated with my characters and then I had to put it down because I be wanting to cuss. So, you know, as far as romances go, I picked up Son of the Morning by Akeweki Emezi, which is I want to say Why Choose Southern Gothic telling that thinks through like Lucifer, etc. I started it. I'm enjoying it, having a great time, and I will probably finish it probably by the top of February. Lastly, I'm probably going to finish The Secret World of Maggie Gray, Three Brothers. Ooh, there's a fourth book I forgot. So maybe I'll read the third book and maybe get to the fourth book, but who knows? Because we said we was going to read less books. So I'm not going to try to do too much, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, what y'all think? What y'all reading for Black History Month? Let's talk about it. Do you want to hear about more Black classics? Because I can also talk about those from not only an avid reader standpoint, but also the academic standpoint. Just let me know in the downstairs area or my comment section. And as always, friends, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend about the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.